What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kid B, and we're back at it with another video. Today, let me just start off by saying, sorry for being gone. Once again, I don't know what to film. I ran out of ideas what to film, but you might notice the audio's maybe like a little bit better. I'm not sure. It actually took me like an hour, 2 hours actually, to get this mic to work properly. So I don't know if it's that much better, but it's got to be like a little bit better, right? Anyway, I got a mic and a tripod for Christmas, so better quality videos coming whenever I decide to post. Anyway, today's video, y'all are messy. I asked y'all on Instagram what y'all wanted to see. It was either a room tour or a toxic relationship story time, and y'all said toxic relationship story time. Now, I've had my fair share of those, but I will say I'm not going to be speaking on any romantic relationships that I have had. Not because, like I don't want to talk about it or worried about backlash, nothing like that. It's just that I've come to a point in my life where I thank those experiences that I had, and I don't hold any grudges or hate or any sort of like emotion towards them at all anymore. I've just I wish them all the best, and I hope they accomplish their dreams, and I hope they reach a point in their life where they're happy. And sometimes you just gotta realize that some people aren't for you, and that's okay. You can use those experiences in your day-to-day life, really, whether that be romantic or friendship relationships. But yeah, I'm kind of yapping a little bit, but I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna be talking about any romantic partners that I've had that were not great. Not only for that reason, but also because it's just messy. You know, I don't want to give them any attention, and I'm sure they don't really care to have our private moments on YouTube. So, but don't click off the video just yet, okay? Maybe I did clickbait y'all a little bit saying toxic relationship story time and title. Listen, I had to get y'all to click somehow. Y'all had to watch the video somehow. But listen, I still got a story time for you, and it's still about a toxic relationship. It's just not a romantic relationship. This is a friendship. But trust me, stay on the video. This is just as good. I don't even know where to start. I just want to say also, sorry, this is like random, but I usually, when I'm recording, I have the viewfinder to where I can see myself. I can't see myself with a tripod. I just wanted to give like better quality, so I'm looking into a camera lens, so it's like kind of weird. But anyway, back to the video. I don't even know where to start this really. So it takes place in high school. I want to say my sophomore to junior year. This takes place during that time, and this girl, we're gonna call this girl, I'm not gonna say her name, we're gonna call her let's just call her Jalen. I want to say like the last hour of school we had clubs, so I met this girl named Jalen there. I was in the true crime club that I myself, I came up with it, not to brag or anything, but if y'all know me, y'all know I love true crime. But so I met her in this club, and I was at a point where I was only maybe like talking to 2 people at high school. I kind of like kept to myself really. But she seemed really into the club, and I don't know how you make friends, but it just happens, right? So anyway, we just became friends, and I just want to say, from the word like go, the story is kind of like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie The Roommate. It's about that girl who she gets a new roommate in college, and like she's kind of like a little bit too obsessed with her, like a little bit. It's kind of like that. So we would be friends, and it was good for like a little bit, but then it got to a point to where like I if I didn't sit next to her or I started talking to other friends, then it became like a huge argument when I got home. Like I would go on my phone and she'd be like, "That's not okay. How did you treat me like this?" Da da da. Although, sorry, the story is all over the place. I don't have a script for this. It's just going off memory. It's like it's so much that it was so long ago that I don't even I can't like really remember what all went on. But yeah, let's just start off by saying, I always, those friends who are like really clingy to you and like um they don't want you to have anything to do with anybody else. I kind of thought she was like that, but um there was a point where things started getting weird. Like whenever we would get into those arguments, like I stated, it would always, I remember feeling like really uncomfortable because it kind of felt like a relationship fight. Like not like a not like there was like any like romantic words said, but it was just like the way she would like frame things to me made it sound like is as if you were caught cheating in a relationship, if that makes sense. Um, I do still have the messages on my Instagram. Uh, if y'all want a part two of me just like reading messages, I could do that. But I don't feel like going through my phone and pulling all of that up to go word for word for what she said. But I can do that if y'all want that. Let me know, comment down below. Yeah, I just remember like this one fight where there was like this new girl. And this was like I'm jumping all over the place. This was like towards the end of our friendship. This was like where like I drew the line and I was done. Um, I there was this new girl and um, we had switched clubs because every now and then you had to switch clubs. So I think I was just like in a coloring book club or something because I wanted to listen to music. But we're in this club and there's this new girl and once again, just kind of just started talking and became friends or whatever. And I don't remember specifically what, but something had made Jalen upset to the point where, you know, she started crying. And this new girl actually like consoled her and like calmed her down a little bit. But then the next day comes and this new girl, she comes and sits by me, and from the get-go, Jalen gives me the dirtiest look I've ever seen in my life, because Jalen didn't come and sit next to me. The way these tables were, it was like a rectangle table here, and then it was two chairs, and then same thing for like two sides opposing this table. So Jalen was sitting on the like very opposite end of the corner over there. So this new girl, I'm just gonna call her freaking this new girl. I'm just gonna call her Victoria. Okay, so Victoria comes and she sits next to me, and like I said, Jalen gives me like the dirtiest look I've ever seen, and I was just kind of like brushed it off because at this point of our friendship, I've gotten so used to it. Like I wasn't allowed to sit next to my other friends that I did have. If I talked to my other friends for too long, it like a no. So at this point, I've gotten pretty used to that treatment. So like I just brushed it off. And this was at a point when ISO Speed was like really not to say he's not popping now, but it was like when he was climbing the ropes. And I used to watch ISO Speed a lot. Anyway, me and Victoria looking at ISO Speed memes and laughing because it's funny. Once again, Jalen gives me like a dirty look, and I'm assuming I'm like, okay, I'm kind of not really including her in this conversation, so let me just do that. And so like I try to talk to her and try to show her the meme that I was looking at, and she just kind of like she just didn't want anything to do with me, and I was like, okay. And eventually she got up, leaving the table, and she went and sat somewhere else. Like, not in like a just getting up and leaving type of, no, like she made a point to like for me to notice that she was leaving, like she did it in that kind of way. And then I was just like, okay. And at this point I wanted to avoid conflict. Like, I'm not a very confrontational person, so I just kind of avoided her like the rest of the day. And at the end of school, she comes up to me and she's like, I need to talk to you. And then I was like, okay. And she's like, and you really need to listen to me because I'm tired of being treated like this and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just like saying okay because like you're yelling at me and everybody's looking, and I'm just like, all right. Um, like I wasn't trying to do nothing. I just wanted to go home. Okay. And I was just like, okay, okay, okay. I just kept saying okay. And then she got mad at me for saying okay. And so we go home. I go home, and she ends up texting me, and she's like, I told you this girl was evil, and you just don't want to listen to me, and you're replacing our friendship with another friendship after everything I've done for you, and da 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 da. And I was like, evil? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? She's evil. Like, she just consoled you crying the other day. Like, I don't see that being evil. And she's like, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, you don't. I was like, no, I don't. I have no idea what you're saying right now. And I remember this specifically because I was like, And she was like, because she's trying to take you away from me. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, this was like a big problem that I had with this friendship too. Is just the way she spoke to me. It seemed like very relationship like. And it's not like I didn't see her that way, but I did ask her like a couple times. I'm like, do you have feelings for me? Like, I just want to know so I can understand like why you're acting this way. It's like, we could set up boundaries and things like that. And every time I asked her, she would tell me no. She'd say no, 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 no. But yeah, that's just one part. Let's go to the craziest part of the story now. Actually, after school, I would walk out, and keep in mind, like, we're close, but we're not close to the point, like, your friends, that speak to your family, like, you guys are siblings. We were not that close. At one point, I had walked out from school, and, because we were going home, I walk out, and she's speaking to my grandma, who was picking me up from school at that point. And then I go up, maybe she's just saying hi or whatever. And the reason why she knew that that was my grandma is because when we would walk out, she would see me into that car, obviously. So she went and she spoke to her, and I went up, just to say, like, hey guys, like, what are y'all talking about? Like, friendly type of thing. But as soon as I go, I start walking towards them. She leaves before I can even get to the car. Like, she sees me and she bolts. And so I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I get in the car and I'm like, what were y'all talking about, Grandma? And she was just like, oh, just talking about you and things and da-da-da. And I'm like, okay. I find out she got my grandma's number. And apparently they were calling every night, talking about me and the relationship problems I was having at that point. I don't know if it, even to this day, I don't know if it was just me, but I find that so strange. And it wasn't like a quick, hey, this is how he's doing, I just thought you should know, hang up. No. I pull up the reason why I know this because my grandma ended up telling me and showing me. I pull up the call logs. Why are their calls 30 to 40 minutes long? Why do you need it? I don't know. But yeah, that she was just calling, chatting my grandma about my relationship problems and me, and how worried she was about me, about how sad I was getting, and this and that and da da da. And so my grandma, she ends up getting worried about me because, like, I don't want to go into detail because this goes into the toxic relationships thing, romantic relationships thing, where I don't, let's just say I wasn't doing great, mentally. I wasn't, I mean, obviously, like, when you're having relationship problems, you're not happy. Okay, we'll just leave it there. I wasn't happy. Things were hard. My grandma started getting worried about me, and I remember her, like, crying to me at one point, and it was like a random conversation. She was just like, "Don't you ever do anything to, like, hurt yourself?" Or I don't know, like, the boundaries I'm crossing here on YouTube, but don't do anything, like, stupid. Like, if you know, you know. And I was like, "Girl, like, what are you talking about?" Like, I never understood, because she would do this like a couple times. And so I guess my grandma goes to my mom, and she starts voicing to my mom about these things. And now my mom and my grandma are acting really weird, and, you know, talking to me a lot, and just being, like, very concerned with me. And I was, like, really confused. And I guess my grandma had given Jalen's number to my mom. And I guess this is just, like, crazy to even think about now. I guess Jalen had called my mom and said that I was planning to, I don't know how to say this on YouTube. I was planning to unsubscribe from Earth. I was planning to unsubscribe. Like, if you know, you know. And of course, I didn't find out about all this until, like, way later, when my mom had told me, and she finally came to me and just, like, laid everything out on the table. And I was like, what the? I think at that point in our friendship, I cut it off because, like, you guys don't understand. It's crazy because I never said that. I mean, obviously, I was sad around school. I would talk to her about the problems I was having with my girlfriend at the time. And, but I never once said that I was going to do that. And not only did she say that, she said that I said that I wanted my mom to find me. Like, I don't, like, you gotta be like, that's like, I don't even have words right now just remembering it. Like, that's just crazy. But anyway, yeah, I cut the friendship off at that point because that's just too much, you know. Not only is it too much, it's I don't want to call anybody crazy, but it's like, like, are you doing all right? But yeah, then she laid a guilt trip on me. I want to say, like, a couple weeks later, saying, you know, how she was just being a concerned friend, and it wasn't like a regular guilt trip where she was trying to make me feel sorry for her, but she was almost ridiculing me. Like, I have all these messages, y'all. Like, if you want me to read these messages, I can. But she would just be like ridiculing me about it, like it was making me feel like a bad person for not being friends with her anymore. I want to say like 99% of our friendship was us arguing all the time. We argued a lot, and not only was it arguments or that whole story and the one before that, the things she would say to me, or show me, or send me pictures. No, I don't want to say that. That sounds kind of wild. She wouldn't send me any pictures, but she would send me pictures of like just stuff I didn't want to know about RC. And it was the conversations, they would get pretty R-rated, if you catch my drift. And of course, in a friendship, that would make you uncomfortable. I don't know. It was most of the friendship I felt very uncomfortable, and there are things she would ask me, or things that she would say to me that I definitely was like not comfortable with. To this day, I don't know if it is because she liked me. Like, that's like the only thing that I can think of, is she liked me and she didn't want to say anything for whatever reason, even though I've asked her. Maybe because even though after she would say no, I would like be like, hey, you're my friend. Oh, my ring just fell off my finger. But anyway, I'd be like you're like a good friend and all, but like I don't see you in that way. And she would just be like, I don't like you like that. And I would just be like, okay, I'm letting you know. I'm just clear. I don't like giving mixed signals. I didn't know if maybe that was what I was doing. Like, I was putting off some sort of like signal. But I'd always reassure, like, I don't see you that way. But to this day, I don't know if it's because she liked me, or if it's because maybe I was in the wrong and she was just looking out for me in some weird, twisted way. Or maybe she's just like, I don't want to say anything like outlandish, but I'm trying to think before I end this video if there's anything else. Yeah, I'm sorry this story time was all over the place. Like I said, I don't have a script. I kind of just, it took so long to set up this microphone, and I just kind of went off the dome from things that I can remember. And of course, it was so long ago, and I don't really think about this often. But I guess I should say before I end the video, like I said, the first story about how I cut it off, that was it. I think I ended up snapping. There was a couple times where I did snap at her, and I wasn't very nice about it either. I basically told her to go away, but not in like a nice way. But yeah, from that she left me on scene, and then I want to say maybe like a year later when I graduated high school, I noticed that I was blocked. So yay for me, I guess. But anyway, in case y'all are wondering, like, why do you still have those messages if you don't think? Listen, if I've ever spoken to you at any point in my life, I have our messages. I have every message. There's not one thing I've deleted, not one screenshot. I take screenshots of everything. Listen, because you just never know when somebody's gonna try to, like, put you in a light that you can pull up your phone and be like, well, actually, this is what you said and how you said it, and this is how I responded, right? I don't know. I just think it's good to keep receipts. But anyway, I know the story time was all over the place, even though I don't know what I was talking about at some points. But if you guys want like a part 2, I do have messages, and I can read them. Of course, like I can't show her username, or like if I say her name or she says I don't know, anything identifying, I can't put that in the video. Honestly, probably won't even go through the time to put in screenshots, but like I'll probably show you the phone like this. Hopefully there's no glare. But yeah, that's like a good video actually. Y'all might get that next, or maybe I'll give y'all what y'all wanted first. Actually the room tour didn't lose by much, but y'all wanted to be messy. Okay, I don't blame y'all. Like I said, sorry this video is all over the place. I've been recording for a long time, so I have tons of editing to do. I follow my socials, or social, I guess, because I'm only going to be putting my Instagram like you guys saw in the beginning, because no more TikTok, unless they decide to magically not ban it, but it's the day before it gets banned, so like, it might get banned and then they bring it back, or there'll always be another TikTok. Before TikTok there was Musical.ly, before Musical.ly there was Vine, and so forth. So I don't know why I'm talking about TikTok right now. Oh yeah, because I wanted you guys to follow my socials. Yeah, follow my Instagram. It's in the beginning of the video and the link in the description. That's where I'm mostly active. That's where I'll be telling y'all like when I'm gonna film, or I ask you guys what you want to see, things like that. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I don't know when the next time I will see you will be, but I will see you. Peace.